I'm not sure if this is the BG episode, but it might be. One time for double nickel. Ah, ah, ah.
Man, we was having fun out there, and we still gonna have fun. But yeah, I'm definitely as a player, I'm out for the year. You know what? I don't want to go out like this, but if it's pointing toward that, hey, we'll see. We'll see.
So leave my sweater on the board. I'll leave your bag under the stairs. Don't go back to our old place. It's probably locked up anyway. I bet it still looks the same as when I ran away that day. Doesn't matter anyway, 'cause I'm happy.
Oh man, BG, BG,
Trying to tear me up.
BG. Don't hate me on the soundtrack. I like the video though. The homie did.
Nah, ain't no hate on soundtrack. You trying to tear me up?
Yeah,
Trying to get me crying on damn online? That's fucked up, man. That's
Welcome everybody, guys, to Victory Monday. That's what we're gonna call the show. Victory Monday. I am the host. I'm the CEO. They call me Moss Money, and I got the GM himself, Ernie B. What's up, bro?
hey man. Victory Monday. It's feeling
Victory
good.
Mondays, baby.
But
I don't know what I'm gonna call it when we lose, because we will lose. So
loser Mondays.
Loser Monday, Victory
Loser
Monday, and Loser Monday. Okay,
Just
all right.
cold hearted. Loser Monday.
Cold-hearted. Cold-hearted.
I gotta say, man, I'm happy. BG though, dude. I mean, this is just it sucks, man. I mean, and you know, not to get too deep in the weeds here, but there are two ways a team responds from something like this, and they either capitalize or they crumble. And he really meant that much to this team. So locker wise, he is, you know, he is that guy. So in a team that is oddly hurt for edge rusher help at the moment, being the fact that they just put Bryce Huff on IR. He is due to miss 3 more games after this recent game. Man, this is tough. You know, to see the BG and the Kelly Green on the back of
Oh yeah,
in the back of Moss Money right there. I love it. The double nickel.
the double nickel, baby. The double nickel.
It's just it's
You hold it right here. You don't come back. You hold
no,
it
no,
right
you,
here.
you gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. It's
I
just
like it. I like it.
it's tough, man.
Yeah.
He really is special. Year
Yeah.
15, it was the walk-off tour. You know, how do you feel?
So for me, people who know me even way before the show, always talk football, always talk birds. I was a fan of the pick of BG over Thomas because at the time, I felt like it was the bigger need. I think it was what, a year or two after B Dog that came around. We were
I
still,
believe so. Yes.
I think so, a year or two after B Dog. And we were searching for that safety. We wanted that big hit safety. Um, and I thought BG was so polished coming out of college. Like he was so polished. It showed on the field. It showed on in college, you know, multiple years. And then he goes and dominates the Senior Bowl. So I was one of the only few was clapping for that pick. Now, if you could look at his career, and I'm just going off the cuff of what I remember and what I know. First year, I think he had about like 5 or 6 sacks. I remember that first game, he had one of those eye-popping tackles in the backfield that was just like crushed and running back. And he was like, oh. And then he got hurt. I'm not sure, was it the ACL or the Achilles? I forget.
ACL was first.
The ACL was first, right? Got hurt with the ACL. Then came back, played outside linebacker. I think that was Chip Kelly, if I'm not mistaken. New DC. Still played, right? Still got a couple sacks. Didn't have that big year that you were looking for. The bust thing starting to come up. Was he really worth the pick, et cetera, et cetera? And then was it the next year he got hurt? That third or fourth year he got hurt? I think it was the third year he got hurt again,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
The
Might have
most
been the
recent one was
Achilles.
the Achilles in 21. Sirianni's first year was the one where that was his veteran injury.
Yeah, he had like almost 2 to 3 like big time injuries that might have derailed other careers. And not even that, he's
Never
played with,
forget, he was a Twitter fighter early in his career. He was a responder to the criticism.
yeah, I
early.
believe it. Yeah,
And
I believe
Brandon
it.
Graham is a perfect example of not being overwhelmed by the waves of Philly media and the persona of what this city brings to this team.
Mm-hmm.
And, he overcame, like you brought up the Earl Thomas thing. There's the JPP thing, who, by the way,
Yeah, we know who won that one.
Going to talk to amidst his decision, which is complete and total NFL irony. That's the parody of the NFL.
Yeah, he was the first DN taken in that draft, right? Graham was.
No,
was JPP earlier?
JPP was.
JPP was? Okay.
If I remember correctly, JPP was, and then we took Graham, and then Thomas went, and there was the whole Thomas had his Seahawks run.
Well, we traded up, right? We traded up in that draft, and everybody thought we traded up for Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't move. It wasn't a big trade, but we moved up like a couple spots. I think we moved in front of Seattle. No, we moved in front of Seattle was the key.
Yeah. We're bound to dance.
Yeah,
we're bound to dance. That was
the
thing. BG's core comes from the Super Bowl season, 17 to win. Obviously, the strip of Tom Brady is, Michiganite. What he brings to the locker room, man. That's what he's still there. It's the field to locker room. Like, you could speak better on this. Like, how do you feel like having the guy that is the voice on the sideline? And the voice on the sideline is only something until he is, even if he's only 25 snaps, he's constantly chirping. He's constantly there. Like, from a player point of view,
my whole career as a on-field player, I gravitated to the leadership role as I got seasoned. But fortunate enough for me, I was not injury prone. I never really I had one big injury, but I was a freshman in college and I tore my ACL and my meniscus. And but I was a freshman. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, I was already redshirted that year.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't really doing much. But when I became into my own and became a player, I didn't really miss any games. I didn't get hurt. So I don't know. I can't really relate to how do you do that. But my thought is that, kind of like NFL, it's week. It's you got to go to the next week. And at that point for him, unfortunately, he's got to move on because he's got to help the younger guys that are going to need him. He's got to stay positive. And his attitude is always positive anyway. So he's got to stay positive, and he's got to keep his
outlook.
Because if he's down, it's going to bring other players down. Like, if he's moping and if he's not around, you know what I mean? And I think it'll be understandable if he took like a day or two off just to gather his thoughts and get himself together before he come back out into the field and be.
He's not that guy, though.
And have to be BG. I don't think that's him. You know what I mean? I think he'll be back out there slinging all whenever he gets his surgery and everything. So I don't think he's going to stay away. Because like you said in the video, they were starting to have some fun. And you saw that in that game. The defensive line dominated that game. And the offensive line dominated for the most part, too.
Fangio is the best adjusting defensive coordinator Philadelphia has had since Jim Johnson. I mean, it really is. Like, very possible. I don't sleep on Gannon. I thought Gannon was really, really good. Yeah, but Gannon poorly adjusted. He had so much.
He had a lot of talent though to play.
Yeah, like he had a lot of like Jim Schwartz in 17. They had very similar, just gas.
Yes, Schwartz didn't adjust too much. It was like Schwartz has always had that bend don't break, right? Yeah, you might be able to run the ball, but once you get into the 20, once you get to the red zone, it's tough with Schwartz. Gannon, I thought, was a little bit flexible.
They carve us up first drive.
Yeah.
mean, like sushi, dude. I mean, it was God, it was brutal. And then it just seemed to kick in. Like it just seemed like, the drive for that, it was like, damn, they're getting a little better. And the drive for that,
Yeah.
they're getting a little better. Like Fangio he just adjusts on the fly. And I feel like, what do you want out of a modern day NFL defensive coordinator? Is a guy that can adjust on the fly. And he does it better than, if not better than most, I would say with the best of them.
He's old school too. He's old school. It's feel.
And that is clicking with those Georgia guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was anything we could say about the Georgia kids, is that Vic Fangio is getting the most out of them, and they are responding to this old school coaching. I mean, they really are.
It's all Phil, and he trusts he's like his old school, right? I trust my eyes before I trust some analytic kid giving me numbers.
Jalen is playing better. He is, again, he was a rookie, so him and Nolan are developing so well that game by game, I see them do things. And Jalen is just special. So we'll go to Nolan, somebody that Moss money, anti-Nolan. But you're seeing progression.
I'm going to change my tone with this guy out. I might have to get
I'm curious,
light some candles and do some good kumbaya for Nolan.
Yeah, but do you think that, I mean, I have seen some progress. You as a guy in the trenches, how do you feel Nolan Smith has been changing the outlook of that? I mean, he's started to, in my opinion, he looks like he's not just all motor. It seems that motor has slightly more direction lately. It would seem that his highlights aren't coming off like you have always talked about, where the running back breaks a play and Nolan Smith chase him down. Well, he should. He's running 4.3. I mean, you might as well make him an off-ball linebacker. But I think, like, he's always playing, the round the hoop, edge rush.
Circle. Yeah.
Around the circle. He runs a circle. So
runs the hoop. Yeah. Real quick, because I want to make sure I stay true to what we're talking about. Right now, Ravens are driving. I believe it's 1st and 10. Chargers are up though, 10-0, 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Just to make sure I get those updates for the for the game. Oh, big never mind, that was an incomplete pass. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead. About Nolan.
I just my
he's got the tools. Like he's got the tools. It's got to be next man up for him. It's the fact
right now we have 3. Just to put it into perspective, there are 3 on active roster. There are 2 on the practice squad. So,
I mean, I think they do have to get some depth because another injury would be devastating.
Well, we can get to that, but we'll talk about the man. The guys in the locker room right now. Nolan Smith, who is showing progression as an edge rusher.
He didn't play a lot that game though. I don't feel like he played that much. I feel like him and Hunt were split.
No, Hunt has not played anywhere close to the amount of snaps that Nolan Smith is playing.
No, in that game, in the Rams game.
In the Rams game, no, he's not. He's not.
Oh, I felt like I saw Hunt a lot out there versus
when BG got hurt. Yeah, that's the future of what we had. I think BG played 35 snaps. I mean, I could pull it up, but BG played 35.
Yeah. Pull it up real quick. Let me. What did Jalix Hunt play versus Nolan Smith? And while you're looking at that, I'll continue to talk about. So right now, Ravens are in the red zone. Henry's starting off good. Looks like he's got almost 6 carries for almost 70 yards. 1st and goal on the 6. Henry just had 11-yard rush.
All right, so Nolan Smith played 39 snaps on D, 61%. Jalix Hunt played 24, 38%.
Okay, so I guess that's a significant difference. But I feel like I saw him out there a lot.
Significant difference.
Yeah, I saw him out. I like, because you noticed that 58, right? That 58 is a number been passed around. So
I mean, I'm a fan of Jalix Hunt, man. Like I'm not a Jalix Hunt hater. I just think
he's twitchy.
Nolan Smith is the definition of twitchy, man. I mean,
he's like a slow twitch.
he He is. He's just. I
He's
told
a
you, he's like
stud.
teaching a kid with ADHD, man. But he's I mean, Vic is the guy. Bryce Underwood going to Michigan. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, my God.
Over the LSU Tigers, they're losing it. But yeah, I think the big thing is the amount of snaps that Jalen Carter's playing. And in this game, Quinyon Mitchell, even in the blowout, played 64 snaps, which was 100% of the defensive snaps.
Mm.
An old guy like Vic is doing that for a reason.
Yeah.
If you think you're hot shit, keep on playing.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Going back to the homie BG,
who, by the way, played 29, relevant to our Jalen Hunt 24 and Nolan Smith 39 snaps.
How do you try to replace his production on the field? Can't do it from a leadership standpoint, but how do you think is the way that they try to replace him on the field? Is that moving Carter around a little bit, making him play a little bit of end? Kind of like back in it, like
Carter will not.
Remember Fletch did that every once in a while.
No, Milton Williams would be the guy that would move if anybody.
You think Milton?
Yeah, Milton would be, and that's a fact. I mean, Milton would be the guy that would play the edge if anybody did. Carter could, but that's not.
Did they sign Milton? Did they give Milton an extension last year?
No.
Or is this a contract
Williams,
year for him?
Yeah, contract year, and he is in current negotiations with the Eagles.
Okay. I was a Milt fan too. He popped a couple times before.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Milton Williams.
Yeah.
Milton Williams would be the guy that played the edge, but that's not the point. Is not to move somebody. Right now we have Josh Sweat, who hurt his ankle in that game, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
We have Nolan Smith and we have Jalen Hunt. On the practice squad, we have Teron Jackson and we have O'Shane Mathis. Neither of O'Shane Mathis was signed this past week, so he's not even close to being ready for a call up. Teron Jackson's almost guaranteed to be called up next week against the Ravens. I think we're going to see Jordan Davis, who played 15 snaps last game, play a little bit more.
Yeah, got no choice. Got to.
He's going to have to play. I think Williams plays more of a 4-eye technique.
Yeah.
They're going to kick him outside, and Jalen Hunt's snaps are going to kick. He played 24 defensive snaps and 15 special teams. So he's on the field. You know what I mean? Which as a third round pick is productive. Nolan Smith is the guy, man. I mean, I hate to tell you, but this is, and I'm not. Trust me, I'm not all for it. I don't have all the faith in the world, but this is Nolan Smith's time to shine.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's just
I don't have a lot of faith. You know what?
I can guarantee you this: Hunt is not going to break out rookie year in any way, shape, or form. Nolan Smith could in this position. I just don't know how it's going to happen. I really don't. And if he doesn't, then the project starts at off-ball linebacker next year. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
But right now, this is the opportunity that a first-round pick is waiting for.
Yeah, Don. BG, we're giving BG as much love as we can, early. I'm gonna try to stay on BG's topic because I'm a big BG fan. We want to get to our top 5 Eagles of all times, and does he crack the top 5 Eagles of all time? Because I think he's one of the most underrated legends from in an Eagles uniform. But stand-up guy. I've actually met him before. Stand-up guy. He took a picture of my niece and my nephew too. Real, what you see on TV with BG, that's who he is. There's no, he's authentic. He's 100% authentic. Brandon Graham for sure. Is Yannick still a free agent?
No, he plays for the Patriots. He was claimed off waivers.
I know there was a list of free agents. I think a couple notable names on there
Frank
was
Clark, about it.
Houston was on there. I thought Justin Houston and JPP was
JPP
was there on there.
JPP and Frank Clark are the two.
Yeah. You think Howie does anything there? You think Howie makes a move? You think Howie brings in a free agent?
Yes. I mean, whether it's a veteran or they have to sign somebody. That's not. They only have 3 active edge rushers right I mean, Graham's
Who's
done-
our inside linebackers? Could they? But I don't like it. But could they possibly move Bond to
They will not move Bond.
They're not going to move on.
Bond is playing at an all-pro level inside linebacker.
I agree.
Don't go changing chess pieces.
Because I felt like he played a little outside linebacker in that game. I thought I saw him rush a little.
He's been
outside.
doing that all season. He is the fifth man on the line. He walks up, so it'll be a late walk up, like a delayed walk up, and then he walks up, and it's either a pump fake or it's a go. And pump fake is a flat. He becomes a flat zone defender. But Bond's playing all-pro. They're not going to move him.
I hope not. But
Vic is, dude, you're talking about an old school. I mean, you ask Jeff Stoutland to replace one offensive lineman, and he'll find a guy to play a different position instead of moving a couple guys around. It's not happening. Vic is not moving multiple pieces. They're going to sign a veteran. I don't know who it is. I'm leaning Frank Clark. JPP is a possibility. He is known for a fact that he wants to play for a contender this year on a stretch run. Probably something like 100.
Has he just been sitting out? Has he played at any? Did he start anybody this year?
JPP played last year for the Dolphins.
I know he played with the Dolphins, but he's been on the punt.
Yeah. The Eagles kind of created this in 2022 with Sue and Joseph. It's more of a mercenary merchant kind of work as far as a veteran goes.
How long was JPP good? Just with the Giants? Was he really good with Tampa? It was good with the Giants, though. He wasn't really good. He was okay with Tampa, right?
He has like 94.5 sacks or something.
Does he really?
Yes, man.
Is he really that?
Jason Pierre-Paul?
Yeah, I know.
The irony of the BG injury and if they signed Jason Pierre-Paul would be hilarious.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
I mean, despite the Giants, that would totally be possible.
I'm about to say, is he really? Yeah, I guess, 94. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a bad man. And he only has a few fingers on one hand because he blew him off the firework.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot for that. Wow.
Yeah, JPP's serious, man.
Okay, but yeah, he's ways away.
JPP's more of a reality than Justin Houston.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Like, he put a statement out. His agent put a statement out like earlier this year that he's ready to make a run with the contender. He's apparently in great shape.
They all say that.
Well, yeah. The ones that make the statement are actually in halfway good shape.
Yeah, they all say that. Let me ask you this, bro. I had this conversation this morning with one of my boys. Where do you put BG rank all time? And I'll tell you where I go. I think the top 3 in everybody's Eagles list is Doc, Kelsey, Reggie. I think that's almost in everybody's list. You put 3. I told him this morning, tell Reggie to take a hike. I'm putting BG there over Reggie.
What about
as an Eagle? And he was arguing me. He's like, "Yo, it's Reggie White. Are you crazy?" I said, "Bro, as an Eagle, the fact that the man has worn the jersey more than anybody ever of the history of Philadelphia Eagles, and there are greats among greats who won this jersey, trailblazers, people who've changed positions in terms of how the position is viewed. He's the one who's been the constant. And like we talked about earlier, the multiple injuries, the multiple defensive coordinators. To this day, I still think his strip sack is the biggest play in the history of Eagles over the Philly special on 4th down. I still think the strip sack is the greatest play ever in Philadelphia history. I think BG is underrated as a legend, and I think he belongs top 5 all time in Eagles lore.
Yeah.
He was a little he's a little fun because he put Foles in there, top 5. I was McNabb. He put Foles in there, and I was like, I won't argue with him because Foles because he got us one.
Reggie's up there. I ain't moving Reggie, man.
That's not I kick Reggie to the curb, man.
Reggie, Dog.
Reggie, Dog, Kelsey is like the holy
Reggie,
trinity.
Dog, Kelsey. You said top. That's 3 though. You talking about top 5 or what?
Top 5, yeah. For me, I got to put McNabb in there. I got to put Donnie in there.
Don't go out tonight for the fucking 2004 Super Bowl, and maybe we can talk. I mean,
He won a lot of games. Donnie won a lot of games. He was great.
He put him down, Donnie. Yeah, Jalen's winning games too, and you hate him. So this just feels like replay.
Yeah, I put Donnie in there. So let me go with my 5. My 5 was.
I'm gonna tell you this though.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you this. I got Reggie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Kelsey.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Doc.
Yep.
And how are we ranking these? Of what they did, or is it like impact, or what are we talking about? Like
the whole package. An Eagle. As an Eagle. As an Eagle.
I'm gonna fuck you up with this one. I'm gonna go BG. I'm gonna give you T.O., baby. That motherfucker changed our shit.
He was, when my boy said, my boy was looking at T.O. He said Philly on fire.
Thing that ever happened. We do not have AJ Brown if we did not fuck up with T.O. years ago. I'm just gonna tell everybody because we'd be too scared. Yeah, it is what T.O. did for this team, dude, and the fact that they didn't agree with each other, like he played in that Super Bowl like that, dude.
Yeah,
T.O. was that motherfucking.
T.O.'s a good honorable mention, but I couldn't do T.O. because this is too many people's worn the jersey for too long.
Well, it's just my thing is, bro. Donovan was a city soldier. T.O. was this just, he was an AJ Brown. Like he came in from another team. You're supposed to help us out, like whatever. He did everything. Our city soldier did not give him what he needed to do what he needed to do. The man played with a broken leg. And yet you got, Donovan throwing up in the huddle because he had to go out with them hoes the night before. I'm not with it, man. I don't give a damn. And Donovan McNabb is the reason why I'm a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles to this day. And I'm sitting here wearing a Stoughton University shirt that I paid way too much money for to donate money to the Eagles Autism Foundation. So don't play with me.
I mean, I can't put it's just too many people. Too many people put that jersey on longer than T.O. for me to put T.O.
T.O. just.
I love T.O. though. I love what T.O. did for the city.
People treat T.O. like they treat Nnamdi Asomugha, and Nnamdi Asomugha should get the smoke. It ain't T.O. man.
Nah, people love T.O. here.
But like you said, it's more of like a stint with the Eagles. You know what I
mean? Well, he was a year and a half, and then he went to Dallas too. Like he went to Dallas. He went to Dallas.
Jason Peters played for Dallas, dude.
Jason Peters was at the end. T.O. was still putting popcorn in his face. You know what I mean?
Like 35 years old, man. That's whatever. Like T.O. played then on and then some.
Yeah, no, I can't put T.O. in there, but I do put BG in there.
Our get back was DeMarco Murray, and he fucked us.
Yeah. I have to put BG in the all-time great as an all-time great Eagle. I think he's very, very underrated in that regard.
I think post 17, BG is a staple. That is undervalued through the NFL.
Absolutely.
I really think that Brandon Graham is
15 years is a long time.
It just sucks, dude, because like you're in the circle, you know what I mean? Like if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like if you know, like there's guys that like you bring up his name and it's like he's underrated. They're like, what are you talking about? This dude's fucking, he's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah. It's like it just sucks because they don't scream his name out on.
They don't. It's because but the thing about him, he's been so fucking steady. He has been steady. Like he's been steady from day one. As long as he's not hurt, he's been steady from start to fucking finish.
That double hand swipe will never be the same, dude.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Unfortunate he got hurt. It's unfortunate the way
on a chip block too, which sucks.
Yeah, the way it's kind of ending. I remember seeing that scene with them sitting down talking to him. I thought he had a concussion the way they were talking to him. It's like, damn, Grant had a concussion.
I knew when
Jalen
came over, it was over.
It was over. So But yeah, salute to Double Nickel, salute to BG. I had to wait to get this Kelly Green jersey because they had everybody else but Graham, and I'm like, how the hell they don't have Graham? But I was happy to be able to get this, and definitely happy to wear it. And I think Double Nickel, there's certain numbers that you see in Eagles that you'll always know and always remember, and I think Double Nickel belongs up there with any of them.
Hey,
Whether it be
Nate, I'm gonna challenge you with something.
Go ahead.
60 seconds of why you love Brandon Graham.
I don't know. We just did a half an hour.
All right, 35 seconds on why Brandon Graham missing this team is going to hurt us.
So I think
because I have to have a meeting with the porcelain throne. So give me 35 seconds.
35 seconds of why Graham.
Yep. And I'll be go. No, you can't go yet. You can't go yet.
Oh, I gotta wait for you to go.
You gotta go.
Man, he don't know I do this shit every day. But no, I think that what we're gonna miss from Graham is his energy, what he brings to the team. There's a certain guys, when you're part of a football team or a sports team, if anybody's played sports, there's always different type of leaders on the team. And there's your vocal leaders, there's your emotional leaders, there's leaders that lead by example. And Graham kind of personifies all three. But he's been a talker. The videos we've seen with him and Fletch and him talking, hey, 75, I'm coming for you. Hey, 75, yeah, I see you. You looking at me, I'm looking at you. Just don't know you don't want no smoke with me. They about to line up and he's still talking. And Cox is just like, yo, bro, like, just shut up. Yo, come on, get back to the huddle. We over here. So I think that they're going to miss that voice. They're going to miss that type of energy because that energy can be contagious. And it's got to be the next man up. Somebody's also got to step up. Like, I think he'll be there, but when you're on the field, it's hard to replicate that. And BG just has that energy that is, what's the word? That is contagious. And I think that's what they're really going to miss the most, is that energy that BG brings that is contagious. And only certain people have that. And he was one of them. So, like, who else, another person like that? CJ. Like, his energy is contagious. You know what I mean? So his energy has to now be amplified even more because there's a part missing. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen somebody's energy off and on the field that is contagious outside of CJ. Everybody else is kind of like quiet a little bit. Like, nobody has that talkative energy. CJ's a dog.
Slay does. Slay's got
Slay does. Slay does.
It's more playful. It's more.
It's a playful energy, but it's contagious energy. But like, from the defensive line,
really good.
Maybe Dean, maybe Nakobe. Nakobe's got some
that's
good
a good
energy.
one. Nakobe.
He's got some decent energy.
He has a contagious energy.
He's got some decent energy. But it's there's layers, right? There's one at that in that front, then there's linebackers, and then the back end. There's always one in each layer. So
it's that ring, bro.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you talked about Kelsey, we can talk about Cox.
Yep.
It's the fact you got that.
Yeah.
That little shit. That little shit.
Well, you know what it takes.
It's
and you can speak to it. That's what we're all chasing. That's what we're all chasing, and that's the end goal. And I think that it's really interesting because I think you've heard this narrative, and I think this narrative is starting to come out a little bit. In LA, Carson got hurt, right? Had the ACL injury, and then went on the run. I don't know if that's the same, but you heard the narrative already. Where,
let me tell you something.
Do it wasn't a do it for Carson, but is this going to be? When did Peters get hurt? Because Peters was hurt that year too, and he was playing pretty well too. I don't remember
that time because Vitae came in, and then but before that they tried Chance Warmack at left guard. That completely failed, and then they went to Stefan Wisniewski.
He was a mainstay. I remember when because they
Yeah, Wisniewski ended up winning the Super. It was Vitae, Wisniewski, Kelsey,
damn who.
Sayamalu. No, not
Yeah,
Sayamalu.
no. It was Salamano. It was
It was
Salamano.
Sayamalu
It was
and John.
Isaac. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
and then Lane.
but yeah, it's
It's interesting. It's an
well, no, I think right now the biggest
interesting
thing.
narrative to use because it all happened in L.A. Everything
Yeah,
like it
I think
happened
the
in L.A.
biggest thing is the time of last year's downfall. I think that's what's eerily hanging over this team.
Yeah,
I think it's in the locker room. I think it's in the press. I think it's in basically, and I'm not trying to overstate. Like I'm not trying to say this. It's just you can watch the head coach's speech to the team after the victory. He mentions, this is where this team fell off.
Mhm.
It's you know what I mean. Like this is where I said I told you in the last show. I said if they lose, there's going to be some things to talk about. There's one thing to talk about, and that's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
And how far can he take us? I mean, and I don't understand the question because Detroit is doing the exact same thing. They just have two running backs, and one of them is bound to get hurt when they do. You know what I mean? Like it's Montgomery's missed snaps. This kid's not missing snaps. And this guy, I'm not gonna say this kid. This guy's not missing snaps. I mean, he is playing at an MVP level right now, and I don't know why we're mad at the team for winning in the way that they're winning. I mean, the run the ball crowd almost seems to be upset. Why are you upset? They're running the ball. I mean, Jalen's not turning the ball over. What are you upset about?
Yeah, playing great defense, running the ball. It's always.
I mean,
it's the formula in the playoffs.
I told you this last episode. Bill Belichick leads the league, and we rescinded 10 years. I mean, we just went back in time. Like, all right, let's get back to business.
And you brung them up too, and I think it's a great segue. It seems as the picture is starting to get clearer that it's really just a two horse race in the NFC. And it's us in Detroit. And
I still will say we'd much rather have them in Philly. I know it sounds like a casual statement, but I would love to bring those cats out to the link, man.
Yeah.
Championship game. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's
nuts.
You're talking about, they play the domes and this and that cold weather, man. Bring it on.
Yeah, because golf was in LA before, right? So
they haven't. Their schedule, Detroit's schedule is like I think they play in 3 games out of a dome this year. Maybe 4 or 6 or something like that. But that's ridiculous.
No, I mean I think it is, and I'm trying to bring up just real quick too as well because I can't stop giving those updates. Ravens have scored 14-10. Lamar had a 4-yard touchdown to Bateman. Bateman's been coming on of a late.
Has Henry scored?
He has not. 9 carries, 66 yards though. So he's off to a good start.
Yeah.
Scores 14-10. About 20 seconds left in the first half. Updated line is Baltimore is now favorite -4.5. Total is 49 when you're live line bets. So starting to get up there in a little bit of tick in terms of scoring. We'll see how it goes. It kind of looks a little slow, but
It's Harbaugh, man. What do you?
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna.
Harbaugh, man.
So with now that Lions are 11-1 and 10-1.
10-1.
10-1, yeah. As of right now, yeah, Lions are 10-1. I was not like firm grass, like Minnesota won, so they're 9-2. So like quietly, Minnesota's still 9-2.
The NFC North is on the NFC East ass.
Yeah, Green Bay is 8-3. Everybody else is in a dogfight except for us. Obviously, we took a commanding 3-game lead on the Commanders. We are 9-2. I feel like we really have a good grasp of the NFC East as of right now. We have the Ravens, Carolina, the Steelers, and then we run right through the NFC East again at Commanders, home for Cowboys, and home for Giants. I think they said this on the telecast. We don't got to really travel anywhere, right? All the big travel's gone. LA was the last one. We go to Baltimore, which is not far up 95, and the same with Washington. Down 95 for Baltimore and Washington, kind of going to the same areas. But out of the last 6 games, we have only 2 away games left. The other 4 at home at the Link. So you got to like that. Looking at this 2-horse race, man, I think you kind of hit it on the nail, hit the hammer on the nail on the head, or however else you say it. What do you think about us going to Detroit? Like, what do you like? Because I like the fast track for our offense, at least. Like, if they're healthy and we're healthy.
I hate to nerd out right now. But
like, what it like?
I hate to nerd out. Like,
go ahead.
Eagles signed KJ Henry to their practice squad.
Just now, like literally.
Within the past hour. KJ Henry has been added to the practice squad. He's a 5th-round pick of the Commanders last year. Henry was let go by Dallas the other day, cleared by waivers today. Philly is adding depth on the edge after losing Brandon Graham for the season. So just to put that little
first move.
Henry out of Clemson. So that's the move. Maybe not a veteran addition to add. Getting into the 2-horse race, Detroit or Philly. I heard something earlier that from a respected individual that I really liked. And it's that there's 3 teams that are winning by bully ball. And one of them's from the Motor City. One of them's from the city of brotherly love, and the other one's from Baltimore. And we'll see what Baltimore does tonight. But playing at Detroit, I see it as nothing but an advantage for the Lions. I really do. I see the dome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just see. I don't think we can travel to that extent. Detroit has a much thicker home fan base than people give credit for. You can take over SoFi because it's a shared stadium, but to think that you're going to take over,
that's not going to happen.
Ford Stadium in a playoff game is ridiculous. It's not happening.
We would represent, but not like it was.
Well, of course, they always represent. I mean,
we travel well. Eagles fans travel well.
Yeah, I think that's what Philly travel or whatever, Philly sports travel. But I mean, they show out, but like that's not ideal. I mean, this team, in order to win the Super Bowl, has got to get home field advantage. I mean, I don't think I can put that any more clearly. I mean, they have to. I mean, would you not agree? I mean, I just don't see a path for which we don't have home field advantage.
So right now, another set me up for a great segue, right? Looking at the playoff picture. Doesn't look like anything's changed. Lions have the number 1 seed. Right now will be us and the Commanders. Seattle is 3, Falcons are 4, Vikings are 5, and the Packers are 6. So as long as we keep 2 and don't fall out of the 2nd seed, I don't want to see Green Bay.
No.
I don't want to see Green Bay because the thing about Green Bay to me is that they're so balanced. Jacobs does make them go. They're almost like a poor man Eagles, right? If you can look at them like that. And they do have spots when they can get hot. I mean, the Vikings at 9-2 is kind of true to what their record is. We'll see what Sam can do in the playoffs. I'm not sure if Sam has ever been in the playoffs, right? Going back to his Jet days. Where else was Sam outside the Jets? Did he start with the Jets? He started with the Jets, right? Sam Darnold?
Yeah, Jets and then Carolina.
So he's never been to the playoffs. I don't think.
About that.
I don't think so. Yeah. So I think pressure might get to them with the Vikes, even though Flores. Flores is still in Vikings, right?
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the wild card with them. I think I forget is it O'Connell, the coach, the head
Kevin
coach?
O'Connell. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a decent head coach. I like him as a head coach.
Yeah. No.
They got. I mean, they're 9-2. They got it. Definitely got
really
a
good staff. Oh, they're really good staff.
Yeah.
They have a questionable quarterback in Sam Darnold. I mean,
it's just the quarterback play. I think the running back play is a little bit questionable too.
Aaron Jones been good.
He's been okay. They need
Aaron
him to
Jones
be good.
Aaron Jones. I mean,
they need him to be good though.
Well, I mean,
make a run, they need Aaron Jones to be good.
The fact that Justin Jefferson gets triple teamed every time.
I want to destroy San Fran this season. I can't wait to see them. San Fran's finished, bro. They're not. I don't think they're making the playoffs. That's a weird division too right now because I think Seattle's up. Seattle's up, Arizona's 2, and I think San Fran's 3.
That division, bro. That division is fucking beating up on itself like crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that division is killing itself.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. So I'm not really scared of Atlanta. I'm not scared of Seattle, even though Seattle could be scary, but I don't think their defense is strong enough. But yeah, no, I mean, there's nobody like. That's why I said it was a two-headed race with the Eagles. So what, from a betting perspective, NFC Championship, Eagles goes to the Rams.
Lions
3.5. I would say 3.5. Detroit.
I mean, damn, J.K. Dobbins questionable to return.
Who?
J.K. Dobbins for the Chargers.
Oh wow, that's big.
Knee questionable to return.
Edwards is playing, right? Yeah, Edwards is playing.
Yeah, but Dobbins has been there.
Yeah, he's been. So far. Yeah, he was almost comeback player of the year, really.
With that injury, would have been. If he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, 52-yard field goal by. What's his first name? I know his last name is Dicker.
Cameron Dicker hit a 52.
Yeah. Oh, Eagles.
Oh yeah.
He turned out to be okay too, right? He turned out to be actually a solid kicker. Don that says Buffalo and Detroit in 3 weeks fitting to be nuts. Agreed. Could be a Super Bowl preview.
No. I mean, I just said that, so now it's going to be the Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean, that would be.
I said it could be a Super. I'm not calling it. I said
that would be the most wild Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, that would be insane for Buffalo and Detroit.
That would be crazy work.
That would be silly.
Yes, sir. Cameron Dicker putting in the work.
Yeah, Mr. Dicker putting in the work.
Give me the win on fantasy as I'm opposing Saquon Barkley's 51.2 points.
Yeah, I saw somebody had 61 points with Saquon. We didn't even get to that. We'll segue that too soon. But
the best player in Eagles history.
So, do you not like Eagles in Detroit? I feel like I like the Birds in Detroit.
I don't want them playing on the road in the playoff. They don't succeed on the road in the playoff. History states.
Buffalo and Philly fans in the Super Bowl. No, they try to 3D each other.
Little
Dudley death drop.
First of all, Nate will tell you those Buffalo fans don't stand a fucking chance. All right, they don't want the smoke. Nah.
But it'll be a wrestling match for sure. There'll be some motherfuckers out there wrestling for sure.
Oh, 100%. Philly is deep.
Philly is low. No, Philly's not low key. Philly is
not low key at all. Philly is in your face.
I mean, Philly not low key in that respect, but Philly is a wrestling town. Like ECW is, WWE. We are going through some flaming fucking tables. If it's Philly,
bring the
Buffalo
tables,
Super Bowl.
put them on fire, and then let them shock you too. Them brothers is jumping through it. 10 times out of 10.
All day.
Don't play with us.
I'm telling you, if we go to the Super Bowl and it's Buffalo and I'm out there.
Oh, to Buffalo? Dog, if it's
I mean, not
what do they
Buffalo,
know?
but if it's
If
Buffalo
we go to
and
Super Bowl and they're playing
Philly,
Buffalo, Nate, I'm with you. Like I'm telling you right now,
I
me and
might
you
go through a table,
we are
bro.
in the trenches. We are in the
I might
trenches.
go
Like
through a table.
dog,
Fuck it.
we are
I
in
might
the
go through a
trenches. Let
table.
them come wherever we going. We are in the trenches. Money pot is boots on ground, son. We are not playing
That's
around.
hilarious. That
We
is
just, bro, you kidding me? We get to this fucking Super Bowl? Dude. 17 was my life, bro. 22 was
yeah.
that was a heartbreak and a half. I can't even live with it. I wasn't old enough in 2004 to feel that pain. That 2022 pain was enough. I'm good to go. I cried as a kid. I didn't know the pain.
Yeah.
I didn't know the pain.
I think you talked about it about Saquon as we kind of wrap everything up on the Eagles. And I don't understand how he does not finish his career as a Philadelphia Eagle. Like I don't know how you let that type of talent on Hall of Fame generational type of talent ever walk out the door for Philadelphia Eagles. If you're Philadelphia, like I mean, I just like back up the Brinks truck, and you know what I mean because
You see the
like,
way Jalen was looking at him.
yeah, he did.
You see
Like
the
he
way
wanted to say
Jalen
others,
couldn't stop.
like yo,
Jalen
he was
couldn't stop.
Mr. President in that interview at the end. He wanted to say some other stuff in some other ways, but he couldn't stop smiling because it's just like yo, it just makes it so easy. One jump cut and he's gone. Like it's really that one jump cut and he's gone. And
With that offensive line.
he would easily be the MVP because Jalen has taken at least half of his touchdowns away at the goal line, and he would have 15 touchdowns. However, how many yards he has, I think he's like 600 yards from over 2,000. He has a chance to break the record if they keep winning. I'm not sure because he's such a big teammate, and he's showing that he's such a big teammate at least, showing it's such team first. I don't know if he even plays against the Giants in the last game if the record's on the line and if they have everything buttoned up. I don't see him playing in that game. I just don't. I don't think he thinks it's important enough.
Petty. That's petty work. That's just knife in the stomach right there, boy. I ain't even got to play.
Yeah. Y'all remember 2 years ago, everybody on the sports channel said that RP positions don't matter anymore. And that's why Josh Jacobs and Saquon didn't get the max deals. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think I was somewhat a part of that crowd, but you have to remember, Don, and anybody else watching out there, right now the NFL is a year-to-year league. It used to be like you could kind of space it out.
Get the fuck out of here. It ain't a year-to-year.
It's year-to-year, bro.
It ain't a year-to-year league.
Switch it up like that.
This is an absolute reset for the NFL. It's the fact that
running back position.
No, it's not just the running back. It's not just the running back position. It's what McCaffrey did was seen as such an anomaly with the Niners, and it's not. You're looking at Jacobs, Barkley, and Henry.
But the talent matches. Talent matches the outcome.
You need a fucking offensive line to run the football, man. That's all it is. And if you don't draft well, you can be in position to draft the best running back possible. It doesn't matter if you don't execute, the game.
Dude, that kid from Boise State is a problem, bro.
But he's also really small. He's not built like Saquon or Derrick Henry. He's not built like Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, but 2,000 yards is 2,000 yards. I don't give a fuck how.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You wouldn't have said that. Doug Martin, bro. You remember Doug Martin?
Doug Martin was good at Tampa.
Was.
Yeah.
You talking about him as great.
I didn't say he was a generational talent, but Doug Martin was a fucking beast in
Ashton
Tampa.
Genty is not a generational talent.
No, I don't think he is. But
so let Dallas take him with the 10th overall pick or whatever and move on.
But if he breaks, was it Barry's? I think it's Barry Sanders' record. If he breaks Barry's,
go ahead. Records are meant to be broken.
Absolutely. Barry, what are we talking about? Early 80s, late 70s, Barry?
Did you see what Saquon did?
I did.
He did it in the league. He broke Walter Payton's record.
2,000
Walter
yards.
Payton.
You think he breaks the all-time record?
Bro, he broke a Walter Payton record last night.
What was it?
It was goddamn, I hate doing this shit. I gotta start fucking writing these down.
Yeah, Don. I mean, but Gibbs is a special talent though.
Detroit
Like-
didn't get my draft name. Nah, Gibbs is
Like
Gibbs is
you could
better.
argue Gibbs
That's
might
the
be
way
the
the
most
running back
talented
position
running
was
back.
valued for years. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Gibbs is special. Gibbs is it's just I'm pretty sure. I feel like Gibbs can be a bell cow, but you got to see it because his frame is a little bit thin. Montgomery's built from the bottom half.
All right, so Barkley's single game records in both rushing yards, 255, and his scrimmage yards 302. Barkley has 500 scrimmage yards over the last two games, joining Hall of Famers Walter Payton and Ollie Matson of 1977 and 1954 as the only players in the NFL to record 500
So you got
yards
stuck for a
over a
second.
two-game span.
Yeah, I mean,
He became the sixth player in NFL history to record multiple rushing touchdowns of 70-plus yards in a game. The others are Lenny Moore, 1956, John Fuqua, 1970, Barry Sanders, 1997, Frank Gore, 2009, and Maurice Jones-Drew, 2009. Barkley's 1,649 scrimmage yards are the second most by any player in his first 11 games of the team after Eric Dickerson's 1726 with the Rams in 1983. MVP, bro. MVP.
I mean, I'm not arguing with it. I put the bet in as soon as I thought about it.
I'm just saying he moved it to like plus 500 overnight.
Yeah, I got him at plus 1,800. I got him right before he moved. The books was a little bit slow, but he was probably like easily plus like 30, like plus 3,000.
26 for 255 and 2, bro.
Silly.
Yes.
And he keep. I'm tapping. Come on, tap it out all day.
Hey, whatever you want, bro. He got in Gainwell scored that touchdown. He got in that boy's face. He was like,
I was fucking mad as shit. I saw Gainwell's prop, and it was like plus 800 for him to score, and I was just like, man, I feel like Gainwell might do something this game, and I let it go. But it is what it is because I was off on my track game talk, so. Can't
most rushing yards in the second half before tonight. Saquon Barkley 920, Derrick Henry 745.
Second half. I mean,
bro,
Barkley just gets
boy, dude.
He just gets silly. He just gets silly, man. So
total touchdowns since week 6. Saquon Barkley 7, Giants 7.
Barkley should retire an Eagle.
Yeah.
There's no way you let that guy walk out the door. None.
He ain't going nowhere.
None.
That trust me.
None. It would be a like. I don't know how you let him walk out the door, ever. I don't care if he's got one leg. You know what I mean? I don't care if he's got one leg. Right now, it is still halftime. Start of the third quarter is about to start. Ravens are up by 1, 14-13 on the Chargers. Looking ahead here with the Eagles, with their schedule, 6 games left, man. Any losses? You see any losses?
Baltimore.
You think they lose to Baltimore? Think the BG effect comes in with Baltimore?
Yeah, they lose Baltimore.
Was Saquon?
Yeah, Saquon and Parsons cross paths at Penn State.
Yeah. Michael's special too.
Necessarily on the same team, but I mean,
Saquon as a junior.
What's that?
I think Saquon came out as a junior, right?
I can't remember. He came as a junior.
I feel like he came out as a junior. I don't know if he came out as a sophomore. I feel like
boys at Penn State always test well.
Yeah. Shout out to Penn State, man. They're gonna make boys in the playoffs.
Yeah, they are. But
I don't know. What is it like? What is Franklin like? 1-40 gets top 5. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's all right. Abdul Carter's sweet. Although the best option for the Eagles is Jalen Walker.
Oh, you already started?
No, I mean, that's a given, man. I mean, Jalen Walker's the best thing we could get, if anything. Although
Yeah.
he's too good for us.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. All right, one more time for BG. Hold it down for my brother BG. Saquon for MVP. Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Don. We'll see you in Detroit in the NFC Championship game.
Don. It's going down.
You know what I mean? We'll see you in the NFC Championship game. We'll see what the Ravens and Chargers hold off to. We'll see if Nolan Smith can be the next guy up. We will have our it's Thanksgiving, right? Will we have our Thanksgiving show? I got to get with Humble, see if we do our bets for Thursday, and continue on with the shit show that we do here at Money Pot, giving you the best in terms of Eagles content, NFL content, and bets and education. If you like what you heard all day, if you're a BG fan, man, if you're still watching, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that follow, hit that like button wherever you are. As always, I'm the player. They call me Moss Money. That is the GM, Ernie B. This is Victory Mondays. Until next time, we will see you guys next week, hopefully, for another Victory Monday. If not, how can we call a show Loser Monday? That don't even sound right. But we gotta figure the other side.
We just gotta hold them else.
We gotta figure them out. We gotta figure that out. All right, everybody, have a good night. We will see you guys next week.